Uh-oh, you know what that sound means. It means it's lunch talk time.
Welcome to the all-new Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Starr Carter.
This show will discuss relationship, family, celebrity news, and much, much more.
So stay tuned, because you never know what the Lunch Talk crew is serving up every Friday. What's up, Lunch Talk family? What's up? We are back with an all-new Lunch Talk with Mike and Starr. So how you doing today, Mr. Carter?
Oh, doing great. Doing wonderful.
That is what's up. So we are here on this St. Valentine's Day. About to get it in. This is the Love Day. What you got to say about the Love Day, babe?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Cupid's big day.
It's supposed to be Cupid's big day for shooting people in the booty with the love juice.
Yep. That's yeah. Well, I just wonder, how did they come up with all that crap? I should have did some research on that.
Well, it actually goes back to the Roman Catholic Church, actually.
Figures.
Yeah, it goes back to the Roman Catholic Church. I didn't want to get too into it, but it has something to do with one of the emperors, I think in the 3rd century. I don't know.
I know, God told me. I should have did my research, but I just wonder, how did all this start with the love and all those Cupid stories and all this?
Okay, so I found one real quick. Okay, so the ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of our modern day of love. The Emperor Claudius II executed 2 men, both named Valentine, on February the 14th of different years in the 3rd century AD. Their martyrdom was honored by the Catholic Church with the celebration of St. Valentine's Day. That's the short version of it. But it supposed to have been that Emperor Claudius, I had read a long time ago, supposed to had murdered one of these guys, last name Valentine, because he wanted young men to not be married. He thought that being single was better for war than you being married and having a family. So at the time, that was like a no-no for him. He didn't get down with that. And anybody that went against it, he, was ready to kill him. And it just so happened the 2 men that he did kill last night was Valentine. So
how did love come into that? That's death and revenge and all sorts of things other than love.
Well, they said that I think I saw it on history.com. Let me see if I can't find it. Hold on. I think I can find it real quick. On history.com. Okay, so the Catholic Church recognized at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinos, all of whom were murdered. One legend contends that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome, which I had just said, when Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families. He outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing the injustice of the decree, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death. Still, others insist that it was Saint Valentine or Terni, a bishop who was the true namesake of the holiday. He too was beheaded by Claudius II outside of Rome. Other studies suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. According to one legend, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly his jailer's daughter, who visited him during his confinement before his death. It is alleged that he wrote her a letter and signed it "From your Valentine," an expression that is still used today. Although the truth about the Valentine legend is murky, the stories all emphasize his appeal of sympathetic, heroic, and most importantly, romantic figure. So that's according to history.com. And of course, there is some pagan origin in it. So while some believe that Valentine is celebrated because of that, some people believe that it is celebrated because of the it's like a festival of fertility. So I guess it just depends on what you go with. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so the festival of fertility.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the 2 alleged origins of Valentine's. But I've always just known it as a day of giving chocolates and getting teddy bears and roses and flowers and jewelry and giving up a little booty. That's all I ever known it for.
Mm-hmm. But who knew that it originated from murder, death, jealousy, and revenge? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because Claudius II did not want young men to be married. And these young men wanted families. So I guess that's the love part of it. And he was like, I need y'all in war. War is better. So, and anybody that went against war, he didn't like it. So.
Okay. There you have it.
There
you have it.
That's according to history.com. Y'all, do y'all own research, but I, just pulled it up real quick. So, if this is your first time listening to Lunch Talk with Mike and Starr, we appreciate all the love as always. So what we about to do now is our appetizer part of the show. My husband do the interesting tidbit. So what do you have today for us?
Oh, as I usually try to do, stay in the guidelines of the, what we got going on, like special occasions or, holidays or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, okay, for all you lovers out there, for this special tragic day, I guess, according to history. But anyway, okay, for all you lovers out there on this very special day who like to drink wine, I got a little surprise for you guys. Wow. Okay. For all you wine lovers out there, say hello to weed wine.
Hello.
Okay. Say hello to weed wine that lets people relish their two true loves together.
All right.
Alcohol and marijuana.
Well,
so guys, if you like alcohol and marijuana, this should be something you might want to try out. Okay. This particular product might just bring wine lovers and marijuana lovers together and make people who like both to rejoice. Winemakers in California. Of course, California, always doing something. But anyway, winemakers in California are commercially producing marijuana-laced wines. So now you can get drunk and not feel bad about it.
Oh, right. California, that's the way you use that legal cannabis license.
Yes.
That's the way you use illegal cannabis.
Yeah, exactly. So, on this so-called grand day of love, you sit around for a candlelit dinner, a glass of wine, and now you can have your weed too. So, yeah.
And you ain't got to roll one.
And you ain't got to roll one.
Wow.
All of it in one. Alcohol and the essence of, I guess, the extract they put in the wine.
Yeah.
So now you get high and drunk at the same time.
Well, you know what? I'm going to call up one of our friend guys that we met last summer at your cousin's house because he put his weed in his Grey Goose. And I'm going to say, hey, you are on to something. You need to take your butt to California and make you some money.
Yeah. He'll have weed liquor.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he was throwing his weed up in the Grey Goose. And me and you was like, what the world is he doing? Well, they doing it in California wine. Why not just throw it up in the liquor?
Hey.
And look, and he's just doing it, chilling out in the hood and not realizing that this is a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But my question is, honey, would you try it? Would you be willing to try it?
No, that's just too far.
Weed wine, you wouldn't be willing to try it? Oh, really?
Because wine already has a distinctive taste. And depending on the grade of weed that you put in, it might be really like funky. Yeah. Because, wine can already have a bitter taste, especially rosés, some Chardonnays. I mean, you throw it up and, you had a Chardonnay one time.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the wine. Like sweet red, you might can get away with it. But a lot of those rosés are very bitter. Chardonnays can be very bitter. You might be okay with a good, what's that other one that they got? Barefoot makes them a lot. What's it? Moscato.
Moscato.
Yeah, you might be all right with Moscato. It just depends. Because I done had some bitter Moscatos, so.
Mary Jane. They got a brand of wine, weed wine called Mary Jane.
You need to share that on our lunch talk.
Mary Jane. That's crazy.
So that's from storypick.com.
Yeah.
You need to
I can't see
you should share that on our that's actually an Instagram post. So that's somebody's Instagram page.
What is that? I can't see that. Okay, but anyway.
But yeah, you see it with that other one that you just showed me? That's off somebody. That's on somebody's Instagram page. See, that's an actual page. Mm-hmm. And if you click on it, it'll take you to Instagram and see they got 46,000 followers. Yeah, that's their actual page.
Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Okay, they got all sorts, guys. Y'all need to check this out.
So this is Mary Jane Wines on Instagram.
Okay. is freaking interesting.
How many followers they got? Like what I said, go back up to the top. 46,000 followers. The original Cannabis infused wines, Mary Jane wines, green. Wait, go back up. What's that? Green Dragon wines, Platinum Sorbet. Okay, I hear y'all.
I told you about this weed wine. Boy, y'all need to check. I might want to take a trip to California.
You might could buy it online and they might send it to you.
But I wonder would that be legal here?
Who knows?
But anyway, guys, okay, we way off subject. We way off subject. But anyway,
if y'all are in California, go get you some Mary Jane wine.
Yes, check them out
for Valentine's Day. And we're not endorsed by them either, so it's just an interesting tidbit. All right, so you got anything else today, babe?
Nah, that's it.
All right, so soup and salad, guys. This is our little part before the main dish. Have you been seeing on social media where these people standing up their broom?
Mm-mm.
Like it's been a lot of videos and posts of people, standing their brooms up in the middle of the floor and all that. Well, anyway, the reason being, this past Monday, some viral thing went crazy because NASA said that this past Monday, it said it was the hashtag broomstick challenge, which emerged on social media on Monday, is based on faulty science. According to NASA, the challenge originated from a viral tweet which claimed that NASA said Monday was the only day a broomstick could stand on its own because of the Earth's gravitational pull. So you got all these people posting pictures. I've seen like several on Facebook with people standing their broom up just by itself.
And it was working. It was working.
Yeah, it was working.
Really?
Okay. But so CNN reports that you can actually make a broom stand at any time if you balance it correctly. The center of gravity is low on broom, rests directly over the bristle. So which means that if you put it in like a tripod like way, you can make the broom stand up. But this challenge also took place in 2012. So this is not a new challenge. They also had this same challenge to actually come out before, and it was on Tuesday, March the 20th of 2012, and it marked the vernal equinox, the first day of spring. It's a special day of the year when many people came to think that special things can happen, like balancing eggs on end and brooms and stuff. So this ain't the first time that this thing went viral. It did it in 2012. So anywho, that's why if anybody been looking on the internet and you've been seeing people standing their brooms up, people thought it had something to do
with the gravitational pull. Wow.
Because of NASA on Monday.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, also another soup and salad. I talked to you guys last Friday about cuddling being good for your health. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what else is good for your health?
Sex.
Well, that's good for your health too. But guess what else is good for your health?
All right.
Kissing. Kissing is good for your health. So according to healthline.com, 16 reasons to get your smooch on, because kissing is actually beneficial for your health. We got 16 reasons. So I'm finna count them off. 16. And then after that, we're going to go to commercial break before we come back to the main dish that I'm going to spring on my husband. He has no idea what it is. So it's going to be fun. You don't want to miss it.
All right.
Okay. So
look forward to it.
So number 1, it boosts your happy hormones when you kiss. Kiss triggers your brain to release a cocktail of chemicals that leave you feeling oh so good by igniting the pleasure centers of the brain. These chemicals include my favorite, oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, which can make you feel a euphoric and encourage feelings of affection and bonding. It also lowers your cortisol, which is the stress hormone that I told you a lot of people keep in their stomach. A lot of people that got a gut, might not just because you're fat, it might because you got a lot of stress, and the stress goes into your gut and it releases a lot of cortisol. So
okay, great. So guys, in layman's terms, kissing makes you horny. Basically. That's what they're saying.
Happy hormones.
Okay, but it's releasing all these endorphins and all these other things and give you this.
Because it makes you feel good.
Okay, AKA horny.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Okay, that's what I said. AKA it makes you horny. So, okay, next one.
Just like the cuddling that gives you the oxytocin. So now the kissing also gives you that happy hormone of oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine.
Okay.
Number 2, which helps you bond with other person. Again, oxytocin is number 1. Oxytocin is a chemical linked to pair bonding. The rush of oxytocin released when you kiss causes feelings of affection and attachment. Kissing your partner can improve relationship satisfaction and may be especially important in long-term relationships. So oxytocin has won it again. Number 3, has a tangible impact on your self-esteem. In addition to boosting your happy hormones, kissing can reduce your cortisol levels, like we just said, potentially improving your feelings of self-worth. Research in 2016 found that participants who were unhappy with their physical appearance had higher cortisol levels. See, a lot of people that are fat, I'll tell you, it's the cortisol. Although more research is needed, experiencing a temporary drop in cortisol each time you kiss isn't a bad way to pass the time. So, come on, y'all, get the kissing on. More kissing and less stressing. All right. And number 4, it also relieves stress, just like we just said. So speaking of cortisol, kissing also lowers the cortisol levels and stress. So kiss, affectionate. And by saying that you love them, impacts the psychological process related to stress management. So not only kissing, but when you pair that kiss up with a hug and saying, I love you, you are automatically reducing stress. Number 5, reduces anxiety. Again, stress management. How well you handle stress and anxiety. There's nothing quite like kiss and some affection to help calm you. So oxytocin, once again, decreases anxiety, increases relaxation and wellness. Number 6, it dilates your blood vessels, which helps reduce your blood pressure. So get your kiss on and reduce your blood pressure. Number 7, this can also help relieve cramps. The effect of diluted blood vessels and increased blood flow can help relieve cramps, a boost and feel good chemicals, relief from period cramps, ladies. So get your kiss on and get your cramp relieved. You looking like that?
I'm just listening. I mean, we got 16 of these things. I'm just listening.
Number 8, soothes headaches. Kissing soothes headaches. So kiss that, not tonight, dear. I have a headache. Excuse, goodbye. You cannot use that excuse because kissing has been known to help cure headaches. It helps with the dilation of the blood vessels that lowers the blood pressure that can also relieve a headache. So number 9, it can boost your immune system. Yeah. So if you got a little low immune system, it says that a study in 2014 found that couples that kiss frequently share the same microbiota in their saliva and on their tongues. So it helps to boost your immunity, exposing you to new germs that strengthen the immune system. So go on and get your wet, sloppy one.
To help you fight a cold.
You know they said cuddling was good to help you fight a cold off, so kissing is even better. All right. Number 10, and reduce allergic response. Kissing has been shown to provide significant relief from hives and other signs of allergic reaction associated with pollen and household dust mites. Stress also worsens allergic reactions. So kissing effect on stress may also reduce your allergic reaction. Number 11, it's tied to improvements in your total cholesterol. So all y'all people that got cholesterol problems, according to a 2009 study, found that couples who increased the frequency of romantic kissing experienced improvement in their total serum cholesterol. Keeping your cholesterol in check lowers the risk of several diseases, including heart disease and stroke. So get your kiss on and get your cholesterol down. Number 12, it even helps prevent cavities by increasing saliva production.
That's crazy.
Okay, so kissing stimulates your saliva glands, which increases saliva production. Saliva lubricates your mouth, aids in swallowing, and helps keep food debris from sticking up in your teeth, which can help prevent tooth decay and cavities. So when you're kissing, you're automatically producing the extra saliva you need to get the junk out your food, out your teeth.
But I tell you, that just sounds so gross when you think about it. But keep going.
Number 13. It's a solid barometer for physical compatibility with a romantic partner. Turns out the 1964 classic, the Shoop Shoop song, was right. It's in the kiss. One 2013 study found that kissing may help you assess the stability of a potential partner. I don't know if I said it right. According to a women's survey, a first kiss can basically make it or break it when it comes to her attraction. I can see that.
I heard that one before.
I can see that.
I've heard that one.
The way they worded it sounded like it was something really scientific. All I could say was the first kiss could make it or break it. All right. So number 14. And kissing a romantic partner boosts your sex drive. Romantic kissing leads to sexual arousal, like my husband said in number 1. It is often the driving force behind a woman's decision to have sex with someone. Saliva also contains testosterone. Who knew that? A sex hormone that plays a role in sexual arousal. The longer and more passionately you kiss, the more testosterone gets released.
And then a good day for it today. Yeah. A good day for it today.
On. All right, number 16. I got a piece of popcorn in my mouth. Come on, kiss so I can get it out my teeth.
I told you, that sounds so gross when you think about it.
I ate some popcorn at lunch and now I can't get it. Come on, give me some kiss. All right, the more you kiss, the more you tighten and tone your facial muscles. The act of kissing involves anywhere from 2 to 34 facial muscles. Kissing often and using these muscles on a regular acts like a workout for your face and neck. If you're really into it, you may help firm up your facial muscles. Working out your facial muscles can also increase collagen production, which contributes to firmer, younger looking skin. So if you're all wrinkled to death, you need to get your kiss on, and that's going to help get you that collagen that you've been trying to get out that overlay bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Get your kiss on, because that helps work the muscles in your face.
Boy, I tell you, boy, kissing is the cure all then.
Yeah.
It pretty much cures everything.
All right. And number 16, it even burns calories. Number 16, using those same facial muscles that I just said also burns calories. So you can burn anywhere from 2 to 26 calories per minute, depending on how passionately you kiss. This may not be the best workout regimen if you're trying to lose weight, but it sure beats sweating on the elliptical trainer.
Okay, there you have it.
There you have it. So that's number 16. So the bottom line, according to healthline.com, says kissing, regardless of whom you're kissing, can have a positive impact on your emotional and physical well-being. Kissing makes both parties feel good about themselves and can help strengthen relationships of all kinds. So kiss and kiss often. It's good for you.
Okay. There you have it, guys.
So you got cuddling and now you got kissing. So,
what's next?
Oxytocin. You get you some oxytocin.
Oh, right. Oxytocin.
They try to bottle it up. So, you can make it naturally. Just get your kiss on. Get your kiss on. Get your kiss on. No. Anyway, thanks you guys for tuning in. We're about to go into the main dish. So the main dish topic, should I say it now before I go on the break, or should I say it when I come back off the break?
Back. Wait till you come back.
Wait till I come back off the break. Okay, guys. So when we come back off the break from these quick commercials, we're going to talk about the main dish topic, and you don't want to miss it. We'll be back. All right, guys, so we are back and getting ready to get into this main dish topic. So today, guys, the main dish topic is, if a man pays exactly half the bills, can he still be considered a provider? This was a meme that was shared to me on Facebook. I just showed it to my husband, so I want him to think I just pulled this out the hat. So this was a meme that was shared to me on Facebook from one of our listeners, and they asked me to talk about this on the show today. And I said, okay, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that. So, obviously, they are having some, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Discrepancy.
Yeah, discrepancy. That's it. In their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know exactly the whole story, but this person said that they want to know if a man only pay half the bills, are they still considered a provider?
I would say yeah. I could say yeah because, of course, because he's half the provider. I see if he wasn't doing anything, so in that particular incident, I would say they both are. Anytime you are 50-50 on the bills of the household or whatever, you can't take the full credit for it, but it's exactly what it is. It's 50%. You both are contributing 50%. So she 50% provides and he 50% provides, because in today's society, of course, it's not like it was back in the day when the men were the sole providers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because so many ladies now got careers, and that's why everybody says now it's a 50-50 thing. Mm-hmm. But, I always say, when in a relationship, you got to do 100-100. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't just do 50 because that's only half. But, I would say, that he's still a provider and you are as well. The female is as well. So yes, he's still a provider. I would say so. Yeah.
Well, I would say yes to that question, but I guess it just depends on how your household is ran. Now, if you want to poke your chest out like you the big dog and all this and that and the third, and because you bring home the bread, well, no, you don't. You do, but you don't. So you can't have your chest poked out and acting like you all this and that if you only paying a certain percent of what's going on in the house. Now if you are the sole provider and you're a stay-at-home mom or whatnot, then yeah, you can stick your chest out and say, okay, I'm a sole provider. But I feel like the person that hit me up, I feel like the way that they were talking to me, like their significant other wants that sole provider status, but is only paying half. They want to stick their chest out like they doing everything. Mm-hmm. They want to be treated like they're doing everything, but still contributing half. So what do you say to somebody like that that's in a relationship that they got a person that's sticking their chest out? They walking around there like they the big dog, but we're 50-50. Like you said, we 50-50 on the bills. How can you have that kind of attitude if you're not contributing? Like if you're not the main, what they used to call back in the day, bringing home the bacon dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always look at it like this. Now you got to look at that both ways because when it comes to that, if a female is paying 50-50 or even less, her chest is going to be poked out anyway because she feels that, oh, I'm paying bills, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, whatever. Okay, but, if a guy does it, it's a degrading thing, sort of to speak, in the eyes of women. So they can't poke their chest out, but if a woman pays one bill, she gonna poke her chest out because she thinks she's doing something. But like I said, if a guy does it, it's a totally different thing. He has no right to poke his chest out. So I think that's a double standards in that area. So in that situation right there, I would tell her to look at it as the 50-50 thing. Nobody has no right to poke their chest out, period. Nobody. Just because you're a female and you paying the bill, get over it. Okay, so what, you paying the bill, you're supposed to, since y'all doing 50-50, so that's the way I would tell her to look at it. Nobody in that situation has their right to poke their chest out. And then if it was the guy with the sole provider and he was the ultimate breadwinner, he still having no reason to poke his chest out. Cause for me, I would say that, if you are the sole provider, I would say that's the actual, the way things should flow anyway, So I don't think nobody should poke their chest out, no matter if you're the sole provider, 50-50 or whatever. Because when you're in a relationship, that's what it is. And, you got to eat, you got to have a place to stay, and, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you got to have these things. So it doesn't matter which or what, who does what, So, but you got to look at it in that situation, but, and another thing in that situation, if he is poking his chest out, he just got to do a wake up call for himself. You know what I mean? If that's the case in their situation, because I don't know, but if he is trying to get a little uppity or above himself, I wouldn't say try to degrade him or whatever, but just bring it to his attention that, look, you're not doing no more than I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's a 50-50 thing. So that's what I'm saying. So, you know, get it in check and continue to do things 50-50 and nobody bow out to nobody because everybody's equal, you know, in that situation.
Right. I mean, even in our relationship, we do the household stuff 50-50, and I feel like it works for us, you know, as far as I'm concerned, because that not only free up money for us to do stuff that we want to do individually, because if Mike paid all the bills or if I paid all the bills, that means that somebody is going to be lacking, you know, because you're footing the whole thing, especially if there's a 2-income household, you know, like I mean, I worked with a lady one time before that her husband did not want her to use her money. He paid all the bills, even though she had a full-time job. Only bill she paid was her car payment. That's all she paid. But he paid the car insurance. He paid all the household stuff, and she just paid her car payment, and the rest of her money that she got from her paycheck at, you know, we worked at the bank together, was hers. And it worked for them, you know. And I mean, I feel like you got to do what works for your family. You know, if it works for your family and it's not causing a turmoil, it's not causing a financial strain. I do not believe in putting a financial strain or burden on one person. There are people that want to be stay-at-home moms that cannot afford to be a stay-at-home mom because you're killing the dad, or vice versa. There's guys that would like to be stay-at-home dads, and you may be killing the wife out there trying to work 16-hour days, trying to get all the overtime that they can get. And you know, I mean, I feel like if you can do that and nobody's being killed in the process, you know, overworked, then hey, do you. But for us, it works out for me and Mike to do the 50-50 because all our money is not tied into bills. You know what I'm saying? It's like we pay the main household bills. We know, like you said, you know you got to eat. You know you got to have a roof over your head. You know you got to have electricity. You don't have to have internet or cable, but it makes life easier when you do. And your phone bill. I mean, your individual cell phone bills. And anything else that you have, you know, like Mike has a car and he has a car payment. That's his car, you know. And if I had a car payment, it'd be the same thing. That's my car. But so I just feel like it just depends on what works for you. You know, if that works for you. Now say when me and Mike got together, you already had your car. I already had my car. But say if we went out and bought a car together, then I feel like we should split that car payment. Now, what you think?
Yeah, of course. I would say you split the car payment because, but, and when you start doing stuff like that, like the combining of the stuff, I think you got to be careful. You just got to be careful. You know, this is just an example, because me, myself personally, I went through a situation with what you was talking about earlier. You know, okay, we both were working and, excuse me, you know, I've always had a decent job, you know, making, you know, really, really, really good money. So the deal was, you know, I would take care of all the household bills and everything. Only thing she had was her car payment. Okay. And the rest of her money was supposed to go into an account. Okay. And, you know, for like a savings account for us, you know what I mean? But I wasn't married at the time, mistake number one. Okay. And when, long story short, I did this for months and months and months. And, you know, the one time that I told her, you know, let me get a few dollars out the account, you know what I'm saying? To, you know, to have some spending money. And boy, I got the third degree about my money. That what actually came out this person's mouth. And I was like, what? You know, and I'm spending my money paying everything. Yeah, I'm talking about even in your insurance, only thing you had was your car payment. I had you on my insurance. I paid your phone bill, bought your phone. I mean, everything, light bill, water bill, rent. I mean, everything. Your money was going into account supposed to be for us, but needed to say, okay, lesson learned. So, you know, before you do things like that with the joint thing, like if you do decide to get a car, like my wife just said, just make sure, I'm not going to say married people are safer, but I would say they're a little safer because y'all are somewhat committed. But, you know, just be careful when you do things like that. You know, when you want to start joining your assets or your bills or something like that, you know, just kind of be careful because take it from me, somebody who learned from experience, a person's word is not always their bond. So, you know. Just be careful on that.
And that's what I was saying about when, somebody hadn't to foot all the bills, all that burden is going on that one person. So you had to bear the brunt of the burden of those bills. And like you said, because, and not even necessarily that y'all were married, but I wouldn't have had no money going in an account that my name wasn't on. We would have had to go to a bank or credit union and us both have access to money. And I need to see this money going in, whether it's through an app or you showing me the deposit receipt where you went and made a deposit every week, every 2 weeks, or however you got paid, showing me that there's money going in. Because and we both need to be on the account. It's not like this is my money and I don't have any access to that money that you supposed to be saving because I'm paying the bulk of the bills. No.
Yeah, like I said, needs to say lesson learned. It went on, like I said, it went on for about 4 months, about 4 or 5 months before I just put my foot down and said, okay, guess what? You get your stuff back. Everything that you got, you pay for, and that's a wrap. And then, it went on from there. But like I say, lesson learned, just a word to the wise, be careful. But, going back to the, sole provider and 50-50 provider, like I say, you hit a valid point, what works for y'all guys. But, just about the puffing of the chest. Now, I don't see how somebody actually could, either or, male or female, pump your chest because, we both are doing the same thing. So, I just feel that was, not a good idea for him if he's doing it, to be doing that.
I feel like, when you come into a relationship, whether it's a marriage or y'all committed and now you're living together, then if you were paying all the bills by yourself in an apartment or whatever, or a house or whatever, and then you all decide that y'all want to live together and have a committed relationship, whether you're married or not, I feel like that is a economic win. If you look at it, because now you're not having to fork all of the bills. Now, if you taking somebody in that ain't working, and now you're taking on an extra body that is also requiring of electricity, food, and all other things that a person needs, and you're having to be the person that sole provider of that person until they quote unquote get on their feet, or they're in between jobs and all that. And that's another thing, that's something that you got to think about. Do you want to take on those type of responsibilities as a male or as a female? Do you want those type of responsibilities? I look at it as if, okay, when me and my husband got together, I was here already by myself and we just split what was already going on. And it worked out for both of us because the condo or what you were living in was double what I pay where I'm living at because of the area you was in. So you're not paying, that type of price tag anymore. And now you're able to save. So we're able to save money for a bigger home than we probably would not been able to save, say, if we did not move in together and we had 2 separate places before we got married. So sometimes combining the incomes and combining the households can be a economic benefit. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would. I would. Yeah, like I say, if you are financially mindful, it can be a win-win. And people do what they should do. That's the major thing. If you're doing what you should do, it's a win-win because instead of paying, $875 a month, you probably could, be paying like $400 a month, half of that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win. That $400 that you're saving, off of bills that you were paying by yourself, that could go towards the savings account,
mm-hmm.
But again, that's a win-win if you're financially,
mm-hmm.
Mentally and financially stable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you got that mindset. because, hey, I didn't get in that mindset until I was in my 40s. It's sad to say, guys. I know. I was horrible with finances. It ain't the fact that I was letting things go or whatever. It's the fact that I was paying the bills and spending everything else. I was very flamboyant out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Had to have the nicest shoes, the jewelry, the clothes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, you live and learn. You live and learn. Yeah. But, you just got to have that financial mindset, in order for it to be a win-win. Because in that situation, it's a big win when you guys combine and you guys heading in the same path on that, trying to save a little bit, build to a better future.
Right. So, if anybody, need any, money saving tips, last year, 2018. We did a reconnect series. This is our third year, because we started the show in 2018, but this is like our third year if you think about it, because look, we did the whole year of 2018, did the whole year of 2019. Now we're going into the whole year 2020. So this is like our third season, basically. So if you go back into 2018, we did a reconnect series in April of 2018, and we talked about ways to save money and ways to get up an emergency money fund, because I feel like every household should have an emergency money fund, whether that's $500, $1,000, whatever works for you. They always say 3 to 6 months worth of money put in the savings. That's in case somebody was to lose their job. You'll have enough to cover your rent, mortgage, your light bill, your phone bill, your groceries, all your really main things that you need to take care of. They say that you need to have anywhere from 3 to 6 months worth of that in a savings. But you got to start somewhere. So I would suggest you go back into our old shows and check out the Reconnect series. And we had some really, really good money saving tips in that series. I will put a link in the description so you can get to it easier.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you got anything else you want to add to the show?
No, that'll do it.
All right, guys. So I appreciate it. Again, we had somebody else to hit us up and wanted us to have a conversation. So keep it going. Keep it going. We really do appreciate the comments coming in, and you really want to know some things from our point of view. So please hit us up, lunchtalkshow@gmail.com, or you can email me on Facebook. This person right here personally inbox me on my personal page, or you can hit us up on our Lunch Talk Show page. Whatever question it is, we'll be glad to talk about it on the air so you can hear it. So you got anything else, babe?
No, that'll do it.
All right then. Well, y'all have a great and safe St. Valentine's Day, and don't make no babies that's gonna be coming out at the end of the year.
I know, right?
Thanks a lot. All right, peace.